Oh, and we are proud and excited to be back, finally. First video since COVID-19. We apologize for the break, guys, but we'll make it up for you in this episode, we promise.
That's right.
The last video we posted was a very rare and exclusive Mercedes, one of only 14 in the world. Today is no exception to that exclusivity.
That's right.
Renzo, what do we have?
This is the Mercedes Benz W124.
Yeah, be a little more specific, please. This is not just a W124. This is an E60 pre-AMG merger car, believed to be the only one in the United States, and we have some exclusive documentation that's gonna kind of prove some of that information. This is gonna be a real first-time drive for us in this car. We've never experienced it before, so please join us in this ride along.
That's right, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning, super excited about this car, and I hope you guys are too. Hit that subscribe button for us, and let's get this thing on the road.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, this is episode 5 of season 5, and I am so excited.
Yeah, we did a lot of emphasis on the excitement, but we're not. it's legitimate, guys. We are, we've done so many great cars on this channel, but this one is really something special. So, we feel privileged to have the opportunity to do this.
Man.
This is not a car that's for sale. This car is not available. Okay, unfortunately, I'm sorry. But we do want to give special thanks to our friend who recently acquired this car. So congratulations.
Yeah.
He rather stay private. He's going to stay out of this, but he asked us to do this video, and
we're not going to say no.
I think the reaction time was less than a second. Yes.
So we thank you for this opportunity, and to be able to bring it to our viewers. Right, this is something really special.
So again, first time driving the car.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not on a track, we're on public roads, so we're gonna take it easy. Again, it's not our car. But I think we're gonna get a good idea of its performance, the way it handles. I think only a handful of people in the world have ever been able to experience this here, so we are
very lucky.
Quite lucky to do that.
Yeah.
Just immediately, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the condition of the car, because we're talking about a 94. It's already coming into this modern day classic type car. The thing is impeccable. You look at the wood trim, you look at the door cards, you look at the dash, you look at just everything on the car is in spectacular condition.
All right, Gaston, so tell me a little bit more about the history on this car right here. How did it end up today where it's at?
So the history is so well documented, right? Mr. John Tucker, the head of the jet engine division for Mercedes Benz, in '94 is retiring.
Okay.
Part of his retirement package is this car. And there's actually fax letters between him and the factory offering him the car and the color options. He picked silver, of course. Right? But he retires to California, apparently where he's originally from. So he brings the car along with him, and we have the paperwork where the car is loaded onto a Lufthansa Boeing 747 and brought over to the United States, and the list of all the items that had to be changed on the car in order to federalize it.
Right.
Hence why there's a miles per hour odometer on the car right now. Everything else was swapped back to give it the Euro spec or the original spec. And he had the car for about 5 years, and it traded hands privately. Last owner being about a 15-year ownership, and now finally our buddy buys the car. So, it was meant for a Mercedes Benz executive. So it's very well documented, and it looks like it's confirmed that this is perhaps the only example of an E60 AMG car in the United States. It has the 957 code on the build sheet. It's confirmed by the VIN, And we'll talk about more about those numbers in a little bit later. But this is the real deal, guys. This is the real deal.
This is awesome. Let me tell you, just gave you some gas there, and she pulled. All right, guys, it's time for our walk around. Let's take a little more specifics on this car.
Let's look at some particulars that came with the AMG package, right? If you know a lot about these cars, you're going to realize off the bat that is not an original grille. It comes from an S600, fits perfectly on this hood,
right.
But the owner does have the original. Moving along, obviously, it's a one solid color car. Yes. On the E500, you always had that two-tone. Right. So here's an AMG difference on that.
Let's move on to the wheels. These are the AMG Aero 2s, 18-inch wheels.
Two-piece wheels.
Two-piece wheels. Also, this was placed on afterwards by the previous owner.
Yeah, but they're OEM AMG.
Yeah. So let's move on to the back, and you'll notice here the exhaust tips, right? These exhaust tips are known to come from from Japan, the Japan AMG. But this car was not a Japanese car. Okay, so this was ordered from factory.
And we have that on the code of the options.
Exactly. So that was ordered from factory to come that way, which is really cool. Right.
And speaking of originality, I want to point out something that just catches my eye that I just geek out about these things, you know, when it comes to cars. You'll notice right here on the door jamb, it still has a 30,000 kilometer service sticker on it. And if you look at the service booklet, you know, you have the stickers for all the maintenances. And so that last one was painted, you know, was put on there and it's still there. I mean, at 30,000 kilometers, that was years ago.
Pop that open.
All right. This is where, you know, the heart of the beast, of course. A 6-liter V8, almost 400 horsepower, massive engine. It takes up the entire engine bay, as you can see. And, you know, the E500 W124 chassis is very, very, very special car in itself because it was a Porsche engineered engine.
All right, so there were some changes done by the previous owner, and we're going to check that out now. One of the things is a dash, double stitched leather dash. The center console as well, leather and double stitched. Very cool here is what we talked about earlier. These buttons here, factory, are just blank buttons except for the ASR button, which is your traction control. So he set one up where you switch it on, you have traction control off, but it keeps your ABS on. And we have what we mentioned before also is the button where you can start the car off on first gear. Also a change that was made is the Alcantara that you find on the A, B, and C pillared, along with the ceiling, which is in a two-tone color, the light gray and the black. I think it's a great combination and just a nice touch to this car. All right, let's get back on the road and let's head back to the barn.
Yeah, let's go to the barn. I am in the AMG mood and we have a really cool surprise to show you guys. So keep with us, please. And hand over the keys.
All right, so we're back at the barn. And this E60 is an amazing example of what Mercedes and AMG pre-merger was.
Pre-merger.
Let's talk about the surprise we have here.
Today, we happen to be fortunate enough, and this car is available for sale, guys. It's a post-merger, and the second car that AMG Mercedes jointly made together, the C43 AMG, which we have right here today. And I'm happy to announce that it is available for sale. The link is down below. You can click that and see it on our website. It's a 39,000 all original mile car.
All right, so let's talk about what we spoke about earlier. What is the value of this car today?
And that's a really good question. In today's market, you know, 80s and 90s cars are blowing up, especially pre-merger AMG cars. It's so hard to put a value on something that you really don't have any comps on, and the one that it could be probably the only example in the United States. Yeah. If you ask me what this car is worth, I'd put it anywhere between solid $200,000 and $250,000, and that's probably lowballing.
Wow.
And it's only going to go up from there.
Yeah, so there's room for growth. That's incredible.
This is, I mean, you can't put a value on something which, you know, production is so limited.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, this is going to wrap up this week's video. And I'm sure there's a lot of guys who are watching this. I'm hoping there's a lot of guys who are watching this who are huge AMG fans and have a lot of information. So if you have more information to add about this car, please do so in the comments. We would love to hear about it. We thank you for joining us. We're going to be here next week with another car. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm Rossato.
And I'm Gaston Rossato. Thank you for watching, guys.
Peace out.